Have you ever heard someone say, when my chance comes, I'll get ready? Or maybe you've said it yourself, when the opportunity shows up, that's when I'll start to get ready. But think about this. Do Olympic athletes get called up to represent their country before they start training? Do professional players get drafted just before because they might get good one day? Of course not. They're chosen because they're already proven they're good. They're already shown through their discipline that they can do it. So why do we think that we'll get thrust into the spotlight of our dreams, our dream job, our dream promotion, the opportunity of a lifetime, without the discipline, the dedication, and the determination it takes to stay there? And that's why most people miss their moment, because opportunity doesn't wait for your readiness, it reveals it. Abraham Lincoln once said, I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. Everyone wants the big break, but nobody wants the big burden that comes with it. See, success doesn't visit the unprepared, it exposes them. And when your moment comes, yes, it won't create your greatness, it'll confirm it. Now, here's the truth that nobody likes to hear. Your moment is coming. The time is coming. And when it does, it's not going to wait for you to figure out, do I have time to get ready? You need to start getting ready right now. It's going to either expose you or reveal you. It's not going to knock and say, hey, I'll come back when you're ready. It's going to shine a spotlight. And in that moment, in that light, in that very instant, the world will see exactly who you are. Not who you think you are, not who you'd like to be, but who you are. They'll see what your habits are, your disciplines, your preparation, and yes, even your procrastination. It's whether you'll be prepared when it comes. And that's what we're going to unpack next. We're going to look at some of the most powerful stories in Scripture. Stories of men and women who faced that moment, who faced the opportunity, and how prepared they were in the shadows, in the dark, with no one looking, to be revealed. Each one teaches us the same principles. Opportunity doesn't wait. It only reveals. So if you want to make sure your moment confirms it, not condemns it, then stick around. You'll be surprised at the principles that you'll start to learn in this video. Let's jump into number 1. Preparation determines participation. Preparation determines participation. All right, let's start with one of the powerful stories that Jesus told. He talks about 10 virgins. And Jesus says they're all invited to meet the bridegroom. 10 lamps, 10 invitations. But here's the twist. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. Now, they all looked ready from the outside. They all had lamps. They all were apart. They all made a plan. But when the delay came, when they didn't arrive when they thought they would, when the waiting stretched longer than expected, only half were actually prepared. The wise virgins had oil in their vessels. They had spares. They had some in reserve. And the foolish, they ran out. And when the cry came, behold, the bridegroom cometh, the foolish went running, trying to find oil at the last minute. And their response was, not enough time. Go buy some. Go get some. You're on your own. By the time they returned, the door was shut. Here's the point. You can't enter a door you didn't prepare to walk through. You can't buy oil at the last midnight, at the midnight hour. You can't cram for character in the moment of opportunity. The moment will make you or it'll break you. Think about that for a second. Everybody wants an opportunity. Everybody wants a promotion. Everyone wants the spotlight. But very few are willing to do the work when no one is watching, when it feels slow, invisible, even lonely. The 5 wise virgins were smarter than the others. They didn't get lucky. They'd done the work in private. They had filled their lamps and they had prepared. They had some in reserve. And when the moment came, they didn't panic. They didn't scramble. They just stepped in and walked through the door. And the lesson is simple, but it's heavy. Opportunity doesn't wait. It only reveals. It'll reveal you. It reveals who's been faithful when nobody was watching. It reveals who's been disciplined, who has been diligent, and who has been preparing in the quiet season. So ask yourself right now, are you filling your lamp? Are you waiting for someone else's oil? Because your moment is coming. There will be no time to start preparing. The door will open and you will either be a grand reveal or a public exposure. And this is why preparation is everything. The people who make it look easy don't shine when opportunity comes. They didn't become ready overnight. They prepared in the shadows, in the silence, in the waiting, and that's exactly what they're going to see in the next stories. All of them prove the same principle. Your private preparation determines your public participation. Okay, sorry about my writing. I need to get better. We'll try this. Okay, number 2. Private. That's better. Private fight before public victory. Private fight before public victory. Now let's talk about David. Everybody knows this story, David and Goliath, right? The giant, the guy who slayed the giant, the moment of destiny. But here's what most people miss. Nobody saw David when he killed the lion and the bear. Nobody who was watching him. He wasn't in the limelight. When David was in the backfields tending his sheep, fending off the predators and learning to protect, learning his craft, his skill, being ready for the war. He didn't become a warrior on the battlefield. He became one in the shadows, in the quiet, in the hard place where no one was watching, where there was no applause, and nobody noticed. He didn't prepare because he knew Goliath was coming. He prepared, he was faithful where God placed him. Every day, every task, every small fight was building him, setting him up, his character, his skill for the right time. And here's the principle. If you can get excellent with the sheep, God can trust you with the stage. If you can dominate the private assignment, God can trust you with the public opportunities. And that's why David was confidently said, the same God who delivered me from the lion and the bear will deliver me from this Philistine. He didn't get the faith in the fight, he brought the faith to the fight. He was already prepared. Think about that. Most people wait until the giant shows up before they start preparing. But by then, it's too late. Your slingshot won't aim itself. Your courage won't suddenly appear. Your skills won't magically show up. Application? Don't wait for the Goliath moment to start practicing your slingshot. Don't wait for the spotlight, the promotion, the opportunity, or the platform to get serious about preparation. Start now. Start today. Write in the comments, I'm starting today. That's you. Come on, you can do it. Practice where you are. Fight your lions. Fight your bears. Build your skills. Strengthen your character. Train in private. Because when your giant shows up, your preparation will carry you. It won't just be a fight. It'll be a reveal of everything you've been building in the unseen, in the dark. Okay, number 3. Delay is development. Delay is development. Think about Joseph, a young man with a dream, 17 years old, full of vision, full of purpose, full of passion. And then life happened. His brothers betrayed him, sold into slavery, falsely accused, locked in prison. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine being down in the dumps? All this happened. You dream of being king one day and you find yourself in prison. The dream is in your heart, but the world is saying, no, not yet. Must be pretty hard. Most people would have quit. Most people would have said, well, that's it. That's my portion. I'll just give up. I'll just give up believing, dreaming. Who cares? But Joseph stayed faithful. He didn't get bitter. He didn't spit the dummy. He didn't run from his responsibility. He worked where he was. He served where he was. He prepared in the pit. And here's the truth. Most people looked like delay. What looked like a setback was actually design. God wasn't punishing him. He was preparing him. Because if Joseph had stepped straight from his dream into Pharaoh's palace at 17, the pressure would have crushed him. He wouldn't have the character to stay there. The promise will always outpace your preparation, but the process bridges the gap. God's timing is never late. He's making sure you're ready for what's coming. When you feel hidden, forgotten, or stuck in a pit, remember this, that your training ground, he's shaping your character, your wisdom, your faithfulness in the pit. You may feel overlooked or delayed right now. In your job, in your career, in your opportunities, a position might seem unfair. And that's okay. That's probably a good thing, because God is using that season to prepare you, to get you ready for your Pharaoh season. The question is simple. Will you stay faithful when no one's watching, when the dream feels so out of reach? Or are you going to quit before the breakthrough comes? I think stick at it. Jesus, oh, come on. He took 30 years for 3. Don't know why I can't move this. 30 years for 3. Jesus. We all know the impact of his ministry, the miracles, the teaching, the crowds. 3 years that changed the world forever. That's incredible. But here's what most people don't think about. He spent 30 years preparing before his public ministry. 3 decades of silence, 3 decades of being a carpenter, of learning, of going to the temple and interacting with the priests. 3 decades of obedience, of service, of hidden work. That's right. For every 1 year of public ministry, public impact, he had 10 years of private preparation. The principle, God's pace is never accidental. It's intentional. He builds roots before he reveals the fruits. Even Jesus didn't skip preparation. So if the Son of God, God himself, had to be hidden and serve faithfully and prepare in obscurity, what makes you think we're doing any different? But they need more than a decade. Your obscurity isn't a setback. It's sacred. It's a season where your faith, your character, your skill, your endurance are being strengthened. And if you feel unseen, unrecognized, or even stuck, that's exactly where God wants you right now. This is the training ground. This is your foundation being built. This is where your lamp gets filled. The spotlight doesn't create you. It confirms what you've been building. Okay, here's the last one. Build before it rains. Let's have a look at Noah. God gave him a task. Build an ark. Sounds simple, right? Build a giant boat. Except it had never rained. Not a drop. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody believed it. Probably laughed at him. Probably mocked him. But God said, build it. Build the ark. And here's the lesson. Noah didn't wait for the storm to start. It took him over 100 years to build the ark. He didn't wait for the rain to fall to get serious. He built believing, trusting. Preparedness is the proof of faith. If you really believe rain is coming, you'll start hammering right now. You'll start working in the unseen. You don't wait for the forecast, you act because of the promise. Noah may have looked foolish, just like the 5 wise virgins may have looked foolish, not filling their lamps. But when the rain came, when the opportunity came, when the moment, the challenge arrived, Noah was ready. The virgins was ready. Joseph was ready. Jesus was ready. And suddenly, preparation became the revelation. Don't wait for the world to validate your preparation. Don't wait for the conditions to feel perfect. Don't wait until it's obvious that the opportunity is here. Start today. Start building. Start preparing. Start filling your lamp. Start developing your skills. Start growing your character now. Because one day, the spotlight is coming. One day the trumpet will sound. One day the flood will come, the door will open. And the only thing that will matter is whether you're prepared or not. So push everything to the side and focus on you. Focus on developing you. What are you going to develop? Let me know in the comments. Opportunity doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down until you're ready. It doesn't ask if you've done enough or if you're prepared. When the moment comes, it'll either reveal you or expose you. Look at the 10 virgins. The ones who filled their lamps walked in. The ones who didn't were left outside. David, his skill was with the sheep, preparing for the giant. Look at Joseph. The pit wasn't a punishment. It was preparation, his preparation ground. Jesus took 30 years, preparing him for 3. Noah worked faithfully. So here's the principle. Your private preparation equals your public participation. Your unseen work determines your impact when the spotlight comes, because it's coming. Your discipline, your faithfulness, your obedience in the quiet season, that's the oil in your lamp. Abraham Lincoln said, I will prepare myself and someday my opportunity might come. Myron Golden says, your opportunity is coming whether you're prepared or not. It'll either expose you or reveal you. Everyone wants the big break. Everyone wants the big opportunity, but no one wants the burden. No one wants the hard work. Everyone wants the spotlight. Ask yourself right now, are you feeling your lamp? Are you sharpening your skills, honing your craft, building your character? Because the time is coming. Don't wait for the door to be open to start. Don't wait for the storm to hit. Don't wait for the opportunity to knock on the door. Start now. Start today. Say, I'm ready, because it'll either reveal you or expose you. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.